Jalen, my money was on Draymond Green posting a podcast the evening of the Poole incident. And I thought he would post a podcast the evening the TMZ released the video, but he has been pretty quiet. But he did talk to the media yesterday and had some very interesting comments about his contract situation, about the incident with Poole, and much more. Let's listen to Draymond Green, New Media.
Draymond, the closest parallel to this preseason situation with you and Jordan, you and your relationship with KD comes to mind with what happened a few years ago. And you and KD were able to get past it. And I know you and Jordan were really close when he got in the league. Do you think you guys will be able to get back to that point to where you guys were?
I'm not sure. As I said before, that's not up to me. Nor do I think there's much relevance. We're paid to do a job, and we're going to come and do that job to the best of our ability. If you're going to let a contract situation linger, then you better be damn sure that you're willing to handle all the effects of a contract lingering that it can have on the team.
Interesting. Those were two different statements that we edited together. One about him and Poole's relationship and them being professionals and moving forward, and another about him and his contract situation where he says, if you let it linger, you have to be prepared to deal with the effects of that. Very interesting, that second statement, Jalen Rose. It seems like a little bit he might be saying, hey, Warriors, you guys didn't take care of me. You left me hanging in this sort of lame duck year with an option for next season. Why didn't you take care of me? Because then none of this would have happened. That's how I read it.
Well, the thing that Draymond put himself in position to have happen for not only this season, but in particular, as long as he and Jordan Poole are teammates, is for people to now mince all of his words. And so it's going to be important that he not only chooses them wisely, but carefully. And in this case, you don't want to come off as you just acknowledged that because the contract isn't happening or didn't take place, then that could lead to an undercurrent that has nothing to do with us getting closer to winning the 5th championship. And let me just say this. When you watch Russell Westbrook with the Lakers, and I want to parallel that with Poole and Draymond Green, he's unhappy with LeBron and he's unhappy with the team. You seen the viral video of 13 or 14 guys in a huddle getting ready for the game? Russell Westbrook wasn't in that huddle. You saw Patrick Beverley try to bring four individuals into a huddle. Russell Westbrook didn't join the huddle. You see his discontent playing out publicly. For Jordan Poole and Draymond Green, this is going to be so very magnified versus the Russell Westbrook situation because they're physical teammates and they're two of the top 4 or 5 guys on their team. And so every interaction that they have, whether it's a screen, whether it's a defense, whether it's a missed or a made pass or shot, we're going to be looking at how they interact with each other. And Draymond is right. It's not up to him whether they're able to see eye to eye again. And if I'm the recipient of the punch that now has become viral because we've seen the video, if you think Russell Westbrook is unhappy with the Lakers, how do you think Jordan Poole feels about Draymond Green?
Probably not great. I know that if you punched me in the face on Tuesday, the show is not going to be the same on Wednesday. I'll tell you that much. The show is not going to be the same on Wednesday. And just like you mentioned, we will be looking at every high five, every made or missed shot, every time something happens between Jordan Poole and Draymond Green, and we'll be breaking it down like the Zapruder film for the rest of this season. I just hope that everything works out for this championship team and they can figure this out and get on the other side of this and start focusing on what happens in between the basketball court lines, because the season is almost.
There's a reason why Draymond sounds the way that he sounds. When he's talking about, we ain't going to hold on to this. He can only speak for himself. He can't speak for everybody else. But what he's really saying is we shouldn't hold on to this. Because now what he's asking you to do is to look at his track record. He ain't talking about the public that see him chirping at officials and see him in a bit too emotional and out of control and getting technical fouls where he don't need to get it, or sometimes deserving technical fouls that he don't get called for. We ain't talking about that dude. What we're talking about is the dude that the average Joe and the average Sue don't know about. The dude that shows up on draft day, the dude that talks to the team about what they need and who they should be drafted, the dude that's in that war room sometimes, having a profound impact on the direction of a franchise that's won 4 championships and has been to 6 championship series in the last 8 years. That's the Draymond he's talking about. He's talking about the cat that pull those young dudes along, that holds them accountable, that makes sure they on their P's and Q's, and does the things to alleviate pressure and weight and concern on the shoulders of a Steph Curry, on the shoulders of a Klay Thompson, on the shoulders of a Steve Kerr, on the shoulders of a Bob Myers. And so when we see other people, and put us all up on the screen because I want to see Swagoo and Whitney, when you see all of these other people talking, guys that are contemporaries in the league, that have kind of slid in comments about him, all right? Former players on the air, former players on Twitter, and other talking about this brother in a way, oh, anger management, oh, this dude is out of control, all of this other stuff. Wait a minute here. Come on, y'all. Y'all know this culture. Y'all know. Again, he was wrong with what he did, and ain't nobody absolving him from that. But anybody that knows what's going on knows off the court matters came onto the basketball court that had nothing to do with the team, had nothing to do with the players, and he had a lot on his mind, and he got caught up, and he messed up bad. He can own that, and we're going to make sure that he owns that, and he made sure that he owned that. But for this to be a license for people to sort of castigate him and to try to smear him the way that they have, it is a bit excessive when you look at his track record. I'm talking about the NBA community, Swagoo. I'm talking about cats who knows all he's done for the organization and all he's done for those young brothers on the come up. To sit up there and to take this incident and to suddenly try to label him as a big problem child, it's messed up. And then to add to it is when you know he got the option to opt out next year and he looking to re-up on a last long-term deal, knowing that when you chirping, you gonna mess with his money. It's pretty jacked up that people wouldn't be sensitive to that in their own NBA community and throw him to the wolves like that. And I'm telling you, he hears it and he's gonna remember it, and I don't blame him one damn bit for it.
Well, Stephen A., this is where we are on opposite sides with this. And you are in the NBA community, and I think what you're saying is maybe some of these players got their own agendas because of run-ins with Draymond, and they want to pile on or whatever. But what I know and how I view Draymond is that he emotionally out of control. Here's my thing when it comes to Draymond, bro. I believe this wholeheartedly. I believe most people are beyond the mistakes that they make, right? Some mistakes are egregious and there's no excuse for them, and we can move past it. But historically, I'm going to tell you, as a person sitting on the outside looking in, that ain't been in the NBA circles, that don't talk to a lot of NBA guys other than the few that I know, some that play and some that report on it. I know this dude to be highly emotional and irrational when things don't go his way or when he feel like he disrespected. And based on what I've seen, I cannot object against what they say, because what I see is Draymond get emotional, lose his temper, and cost not only himself, but people on his team. This man damn near knocked Jordan Poole out if he didn't knock him out. And he got on there and said, I'm going to move past it. This is going to be motivation for me. I heard what Wendy said, and I agree with that. Bro, all you should be focused on now is making sure that you and Jordan Poole can try to build some type of rapport. And let me tell you this lastly. I ain't no gangster. I don't walk around like I'm the baddest man in the world. I grew up in neighborhoods where if you ain't fight, you was gonna get punked every day. If you didn't throw hands, or if everybody thought that they could do that to you, then you would have to prove every day that you was this type of guy. Let me tell you something, bro. If I was Jordan Poole, we ain't never right after this. We ain't never gonna build no rapport. It's gonna be strictly basketball and business, and that's the dynamic of sports. We both here and we gotta support our families. So we gonna come to work. That don't mean we gonna like each other. That don't mean I'm gonna rock with. Now Jordan Poole may be completely different. He may forgive Draymond, and they may be able to build and form a relationship that land the test of time and become best of friends. I'm just telling you what I am. And I'm telling you what majority of the guys that I play with in the NFL and guys that I know in the NBA, their mentalities are. Say, bro, you ain't getting knocked out, and we about to act like everything gonna be fine and we just gonna head to a championship. We are gonna work within this dynamic of team sports. I gotta get paid so I can support my family. So I'm gonna do what's best for the team, but I'm also doing what's best for me. Stephen A., I completely disagree with you on this Draymond thing, bro. I do not see no way, no how he can be absolved of damn near knocking this man out watching his historical past.
Whoa. I don't think we disagree, because I don't disagree with anything you said. I don't think him and Jordan Poole going to be fine off the court. I don't think they're going to be friends. And I'm not saying that Draymond Green should be absolved. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that other people in the NBA, us out on the outside, that's fine. Other people in NBA circles know more particulars, and they going off like they don't know.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports. October the 14th, happy Friday to everybody out there. Let's get right into it. Draymond Green again on ESPN First Take. They discuss it. Brian Windhorst basically saying we all got to move past. Can this relationship be fixed? Right? And you guys saw the clip. Stephen A. Smith is talking about, we should all move past it and whatnot. People are dragging him through the mud, but they're not really looking at the positive things he does. Swagoo talking about he's very highly emotional. It's, not a good thing. Brian Windhorst, I guess he's in the middle, basically saying, you gotta fix the relationship to actually win long term and win another championship. That's what Draymond Green said in his press conference afterwards, basically saying, we're professionals, we got to do what it takes to win. And he's highly motivated now because he hears everybody talking about him and saying that he's got to get traded, or this is his last year, which I personally think it is. But I think they can fix the relationship if they got tough skin and ignore the media. I know everybody's going to be talking about it basically because Jordan Poole hasn't addressed the media. Why hasn't Jordan Poole addressed the media? Don't make too much on it. The reason why he hasn't addressed it is because he's waiting for the Warriors to pay him. Once they pay him, then he's going to talk. Anything that he says right now, this is where PR comes into play. Anything he says right now, the Warriors organization will check it out, will actually, use that to either A, give him his money, or B, cut down his money. I don't know, right? So if he faces the media's going to ask him some tough questions, yada, yada, yada. But right now, he's playing it cool. He wants to get his money, and that's just it, right? Throughout the season, it's going to be tough for the Warriors because not the play, but how their relationship works and whatnot. Can they fix it? Basically, it's kind of like the media. The fans, they're going to be chirping. Everybody's going to be saying something. Everybody's going to be talking about, look at us now, right? We're talking about it. So for them to actually move forward and win another championship, they have to have tough skin. They have to, ignore everybody, right? Draymond Green puts up a good point, basically saying that he doesn't really care what people think. The only thing he cares about is the people in the locker room, the people in the organization, his family and whatnot. So he's got to stick to that. I know he's very highly emotional. He's got a podcast. It's easier said than done, right? Like, to have tough skin, especially in the social media world now, it's very hard to do. So best of luck to him, right? Can they fix the relationship? I think they can if they're 100% professional. I think they can if they ignore the outside and just play basketball, right? It's easier said than done, but we'll see. Leave a comment in the comment section. I want to hear from you guys. Can the Warriors, Draymond Green and Jordan Poole, fix that relationship and actually win another title this year? They are the favorites, right? But you guys know that there's teams that are on the come up, and any small movement, any small little whatever can cause disruption in that locker room. And yeah, it could be tough for the Warriors. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment in the comment section. Jag from Jaggy Sports. Happy Friday.